I see these moms who are phenomenal. I'm blessed to see some really good examples.
Yes.
Women who are doing lots of different things,
Yes.
and they're moms. And so I've always wondered, how do you find the time to do all of it? To take the kids to their different ballet practice or soccer practice, you know, to come home and then, you know, cook if you're a cooking lady, you know, and then to go and run your business or to become a CEO in the company that you're working with. Like, how do you find the time to do all of those different things? And, you know, it's just a lot.
Okay. So for me, one tip that I will tell you that has helped me personally is this: start early. Start before your children come. And let me tell you, start learning how to cope with life early before your children come.
Say that one more time.
Start learning how to cope with life before your children come. In fact, let's back it up. Start learning how to cope with life before you get married. Okay? So here's what I like to say. Develop a personal rhythm for life. And by rhythm, I mean develop a way to live your life. Let your life have some form of rhythm to it, some form of consistency, some form of dependency, reliability. And so I say that if you don't have a rhythm before you get married, when you add a man into the situation, it doesn't get any easier. No joke. And then when you add the first child, it doesn't get easier. Wait, let's even say you have twins, it doesn't get any easier. Some people even have 3, they end up having 3 children, 4 children, 5 children. If you never knew how to cope as your individual self as a woman, it's not going to get any easier by the time you add little people into it. And so part of what you are seeing is a lot of women struggling. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect. You're going to struggle anyway, but you struggle less. You're going to struggle, period. I mean, ask me, you know, you're going to struggle anyway, but I'm asking that take control of what you can before you add new people into it, before you add a man, before you add children. And so you already know what it takes to be you. And so when you add somebody else, you're just going to look at the situation and say, okay, what do I need to move around to accommodate this? Do you understand what I mean? So for me, I have been used to being active because before I got married, I was very busy. I was very active in the community. You know, I was constantly doing one thing or the other. And so when I added the husband equation into it, I just, you know, I kind of tilted off and I'm like, okay, but I had something to bounce back to. Yeah, I had something to bounce. A lot of women don't have anything to bounce back to. And so you find that you're constantly struggling. It's like a rat race. And then by the time you realize that, oh, this is what you can do, the children are grown, you've lost so much time in your life. So start early. If you have one child now, find a way. For me, I have good schedules in place. My children are in bed by a particular time. Get them to bed by a particular time so that you can have some time to live your own life. So that's one practical tip, schedules. A lot of moms don't have schedules.
That's true.
They just do whatever. You know, I call some of my friends like, what is this child still awake? They're like, oh, they'll go to bed whenever. No, you're not going to live your dreams or live out success when your children go to bed whenever.
When you're allowing whatever.
When you allow whatever, when there's no structure, no rhythm, nothing. And then tip number 2 is that you want to make sure that you allocate quality time with your children. Because moms think, oh, for me to be a great mom, I have to be with my children all the time. That's not true. That is not true. You can allocate quality time with your children and also create an environment where children learn to be independent. Where it's not mommy. They can't breathe without mommy. They can't sleep without mommy. They can't do anything. And then tip number 3 is allow trusted, loving family members into the upbringing of your children. You know, because I understand not every woman listening to me is married. So that could be your husband. In other words, don't be the one to do everything.
Don't do it alone.
Don't do it alone. And then if you're a single mom, allow moms and aunts and trusted uncles to spend time with the children.